Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, is a figure that is widely recognizable, regardless of where you're from. His exploits and life story are detailed in The Journey to the West, a novel that was written in the 1500s and based in 7th century China. This novel, with its 100 chapters, is more than just a story. It's a profound exploration of the human spirit, a spiritual quest wrapped in the guise of an adventurous odyssey. From the rebellious Monkey King to the serene yet determined monk Xuanzang, this narrative is as rich and layered as the landscape they traversed. But to truly appreciate the depth and complexity of The Journey to the West, we must embark on our own journey, breaking down this extensive tale into 4 separate videos. Each part will delve into the characters, the trials they face, and the underlying themes that have made this story a cornerstone of Chinese literature. In this video, we'll cover the first 25 chapters of The Journey to the West. Join me as we embark on this journey together, peeling back the layers of one of the most celebrated works of Chinese literature, perhaps even the world. Whether you're familiar with the tale or encountering it for the first time, Journey to the West promises an adventure that is as enlightening as it is entertaining. In ancient times, on the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit, a large stone was nurtured by the elements over many eons. This stone, imbued with the essence of heaven and earth, eventually cracked open to reveal a stone egg. From this egg emerged a fully formed monkey, who would later become known as Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Upon his birth, the stone monkey possessed extraordinary powers. He could already walk, run, and climb with ease. As he explored his surroundings, he encountered a group of ordinary monkeys. They accepted him as one of their own, and together they lived a carefree life, playing and frolicking in the mountain's beautiful forests and streams. One day, while playing near a waterfall, the monkeys were curious about its source. They decided that whoever could leap through the waterfall and find its origin would be their king. The stone monkey, being the bravest and most curious, took up the challenge. With a mighty leap, he passed through the waterfall and discovered a hidden cave behind it. The cave was a magnificent abode, filled with glittering gems and adorned with precious materials. The stone monkey invited the other monkeys to join him, and they all agreed to make it their new home. Impressed by his bravery and leadership, the monkeys declared the stone monkey as their king, and he was henceforth known as the handsome Monkey King. Despite his new title and the luxurious life in the cave, the Monkey King felt a sense of unease. He realized that although he was the king, he and his fellow monkeys were still subject to the cycle of life and death. Determined to find a way to escape this fate, he embarked on a journey to seek enlightenment and immortality. After wandering for many years, he finally reached the shores of the great ocean. There, he met a wise old monk who told him that to achieve his goal, he must seek out the teachings of the great Taoist master, Subhuti. The Monkey King thanked the monk and continued his journey, eventually finding Subhuti's mountain home. Disguising himself as a simple traveler, the Monkey King requested to become Subhuti's disciple. Subhuti tested him and before long recognized his potential and accepted him. He gave him the name Sun Wukong, which meant awakened to emptiness. For many years, Sun Wukong diligently studied under Subhuti, mastering the arts of transformation, martial arts, and various magical powers. Sun Wukong learned the 72 transformations, or 72 magic spells, which according to the ancient Chinese, was another way of saying his powers were almost limitless. His powers ranged from simple shapeshifting to summonings and even enlarging his own body. He also possessed a cloud he could ride on, as well as incredible feats of strength and agility. He also discovered the secret of immortality through Taoist alchemy, which involved controlling his breath and the flow of qi, or energy, within his body. By mastering this technique, Sun Wukong was able to prevent the aging process and became immune to the natural cycle of life and death, thus achieving his ultimate goal. After completing his training, Sun Wukong returned to the Mountain of Flowers and Fruit. Upon his return, he discovered that Hunshi Mawang, the demon king of havoc, had been terrorizing his family. Enraged, Sun Wukong easily eliminated the threat. With his newfound powers and wisdom, he protected his fellow monkeys from various threats. He even stole weapons from the kingdom of Aeoli so that his monkeys could defend themselves if he was not around. However, his extraordinary abilities and defiance of the natural order soon attracted the attention of the celestial beings in heaven, setting the stage for future conflicts and adventures. Thus begins the epic tale of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and his journey to the west. In order to further protect himself and his fellow monkeys, Sun Wukong traveled to the underworld, the realm ruled by King Yama. There, he was told that his name was recorded in the Book of Life and Death, meaning that his life was still bound by the laws of mortality. Furious at the prospect of being subject to death, Sun Wukong demanded to see the book. Using his magical powers, he wreaked havoc in the realm and found the entries for himself and his monkey subjects. In a daring act of defiance, he boldly erased their names from the book, thus liberating themselves from the clutches of death. He and his monkey subjects were now truly immortal, free from the cycle of reincarnation. Despite his newfound immortality, Sun Wukong still sought to arm himself and his kingdom with more power. He decided to visit the Dragon Kings of the Four Seas, renowned for their vast treasures and powerful weapons. First, he visited the Dragon King of the Eastern Sea, Ao Guang. Disguising his intentions, Sun Wukong initially asked for simple gifts, but he quickly escalated his demands. Ao Guang, recognizing Sun Wukong's power and fearing his wrath, presented him with a magnificent golden staff, the Ruyi Jingu Bang. This staff was originally a pillar used by the Great Yu to measure the depth of the seas and could change its size at will. Sun Wukong was delighted with this weapon, as it could shrink to the size of a needle for easy carrying and expand to gigantic proportions for battle. In addition to the staff, Sun Wukong also demanded a suit of golden armor, a phoenix feather cap, and cloud-walking boots from the other Dragon Kings. Fully equipped, he returned to his mountain kingdom, ready to protect his realm from any threat. Sun Wukong's growing power and influence did not go unnoticed by the celestial beings. The Jade Emperor, the ruler of heaven, became increasingly concerned about the Monkey King's rebellious nature. To keep him in check, the Jade Emperor decided to offer Sun Wukong a position in heaven, hoping to placate him and integrate him into the celestial order. Sun Wukong was initially honored by the invitation and accepted the position of Protector of the Horses, a low-ranking role in the celestial stables. However, he soon realized that the position was a token one, meant to keep him occupied and away from trouble. Feeling insulted and humiliated, Sun Wukong rebelled against the Jade Emperor's authority. Declaring himself the great sage equal to heaven, Sun Wukong returned to his mountain and established a grand palace, proclaiming his independence from the celestial hierarchy. But not before consuming the peaches from the immortal peach garden, as well as consuming the imperial wine and golden elixirs meant for a heavenly banquet. These acts of defiance sparked a series of confrontations between Sun Wukong and the heavenly forces, leading to epic battles where Sun Wukong showcased his incredible strength and magical abilities. The Jade Emperor sent his mightiest generals and armies to subdue Sun Wukong, as much as 100,000 soldiers, but none could match his power. Sun Wukong defeated almost every celestial warrior and wreaked havoc in the heavenly court. The celestial forces were in disarray, unable to capture or defeat the rebellious Monkey King. Laozi, an elderly lord in heaven, was almost successful in capturing Sun Wukong by trapping him in a large furnace. However, Wukong's resilience proved too strong. As he endured the intense heat, it actually made him stronger, granting him the fiery golden eyes and eventually led to him breaking free. The fiery golden eyes granted Sun Wukong the ability to see through illusions and see over great distances, but it came with an extreme sensitivity to smoke, a consequence of the time he spent in the furnace. Realizing that conventional means were futile, the Jade Emperor sought the help of Erlang Shen, a powerful and skilled three-eyed warrior deity known for his ability to see through illusions and his prowess in battle. Erlang Shen, accompanied by his loyal celestial dog and a host of divine soldiers, engaged Sun Wukong in a fierce and epic battle. The two warriors matched each other in strength and skill, with Sun Wukong using his 72 transformations and cloud somersaulting ability to evade and counter Erlang Shen's attacks. Despite Sun Wukong's formidable abilities, Erlang Shen's keen eyesight and strategic prowess allowed him to keep pace with the Monkey King. Realizing that something needed to be done, the Jade Emperor finally sought the help of Buddha, who resided in the Western Paradise. Buddha, with his infinite wisdom and compassion, agreed to intervene. He summoned Sun Wukong and challenged him to a test of power. Buddha proposed that if Sun Wukong could leap out of his palm, he would acknowledge the Monkey King's claims and grant him the title of Great Sage equal to heaven. Confident in his abilities, Sun Wukong accepted the challenge and leapt into the air. He traveled to the ends of the universe, reaching 5 towering pillars, where he marked his presence by writing his name and urinating on one of them. However, when he returned to Buddha, he discovered that the 5 pillars were actually Buddha's fingers. No matter how far he traveled, he could not escape Buddha's palm. With a swift motion, Buddha flipped his palm, and Sun Wukong was trapped under a massive mountain, unable to escape. Thus, Sun Wukong's rebellion was quelled, and he was imprisoned beneath the mountain for 500 years, awaiting the day when he would be released to fulfill his true destiny. During this time, Sun Wukong reflected on his past actions and the consequences of his defiance. Guanyin, the Bodhisattva of compassion and goddess of mercy, visited Sun Wukong at the 5 Elements Mountain and informed him that his time for redemption had come. But that wouldn't begin until he met a monk named Xuanzang. During the Tang Dynasty, Emperor Taizong had a dream in which he visited the underworld. There, he encountered the spirits of the dead and was deeply moved by their suffering. Upon awakening, the emperor was determined to seek spiritual guidance and enlightenment for his people. He decided to commission a monk to journey to the Western Heaven in India to retrieve the sacred Buddhist scriptures. These scriptures were believed to hold the wisdom needed to bring enlightenment and salvation to the people of China. The emperor called upon the most learned and devout Buddhist monks in his realm to find a suitable candidate for this perilous mission. Among them was Xuanzang, a monk renowned for his piety, wisdom, and dedication to the teachings of Buddha. Because of this, Xuanzang, also known as Tangsanzang, was chosen for the journey. As Xuanzang prepared for his journey, Guanyin was entrusted by the Buddha to ensure the success of the mission. She knew that the path to the Western Heaven was fraught with dangers, and Xuanzang would need powerful protectors to aid him. Guanyin traveled to the Eastern continent and appeared to the emperor in a dream, instructing him to support Xuanzang's mission. The emperor provided Xuanzang with a golden robe and a magical staff, both imbued with divine protection. With the emperor's blessing and divine protection, Xuanzang set out on his journey. He traveled on foot, carrying only his robes, the magical staff, and a few provisions. His path was long and arduous, taking him through vast deserts, treacherous mountains, and dangerous forests. Xuanzang's first stop was at the 5 Elements Mountain, where Sun Wukong had been imprisoned by Buddha. Guided by a divine vision from Guanyin, Xuanzang approached the mountain and found the stone tablet inscribed with the incantations that bound Sun Wukong. Reciting the incantations, Xuanzang released Sun Wukong from his imprisonment. Sun Wukong, grateful for his freedom and eager to atone for his past misdeeds, pledged his loyalty to Xuanzang and offered to serve as his protector. To ensure that Sun Wukong remained obedient and did not revert to his rebellious ways, Guanyin provided Xuanzang with a magical headband known as the Golden Circlet. By chanting a specific mantra, Xuanzang could tighten the circlet around Sun Wukong's head, causing him great pain and keeping his impulsive nature in check. With Sun Wukong as his first disciple and protector, Xuanzang's journey continued. The two travelers faced numerous challenges and dangers, relying on each other's strengths to overcome them. One of their first challenges was a band of demons who sought to capture Xuanzang, believing that consuming his flesh would grant them immortality. Sun Wukong, with his incredible strength and martial prowess, easily defeated the demons and protected his master. Xuanzang's wisdom and compassion guided Sun Wukong, while Sun Wukong's strength and magical abilities protected Xuanzang. Together, they forged a bond of mutual respect and loyalty, setting the foundation for the epic journey that lay ahead. Their path was still long and filled with numerous challenges and various mythical beings, but with each step, they moved closer to their ultimate goal: the sacred scriptures that would bring enlightenment to all of China. As Xuanzang and Sun Wukong continued on their journey, Guanyin watched over them from the heavens. She knew that additional help would be needed to ensure the success of their mission. Therefore, she sought out other powerful beings who could join Xuanzang as disciples and protectors. One of the helpers was a dragon prince named Ao Li, the third son of the Dragon King of the Western Sea. Ao Li had been banished from his underwater palace for accidentally setting fire to his father's pearls, and was now living in disgrace. Guanyin saw an opportunity for redemption and appeared to Ao Li, instructing him to transform into a white horse and serve as Xuanzang's steed. Ao Li agreed to this plan, and Guanyin granted him with the ability to transform into a magnificent white horse. With this transformation, he would be able to carry Xuanzang safely and swiftly on their journey. Guanyin then guided Xuanzang and Sun Wukong to the river where Ao Li was residing. As they approached the river, Sun Wukong and Xuanzang encountered a fierce dragon. The dragon, unaware of their identities, attacked Xuanzang, attempting to devour him. Sun Wukong leapt into action, using his magical staff to subdue the dragon. In the midst of the battle, Guanyin appeared and explained Ao Li's situation and his role in their journey. Upon hearing Guanyin's explanation, Xuanzang forgave Ao Li for his attack, and the dragon prince transformed into a beautiful white horse. Xuanzang named him White Dragon Horse and welcomed him as a vital member of their team. The horse provided transportation for Xuanzang during his journey, something a normal horse would not have been able to achieve. Xuanzang and Sun Wukong continued their journey westward. As they travel, they come across a temple named Guanyin Hall. The temple appears to be a place of worship dedicated to the Bodhisattva Guanyin, and Xuanzang, being a devout Buddhist, is eager to stop there and pay his respects. Upon entering the temple, the group is greeted by the resident monks. However, unlike the pious monks Xuanzang is accustomed to, these monks are greedy and corrupt. They are more interested in worldly possessions than in spiritual practice. They notice the valuable items that Xuanzang and Wukong are carrying, particularly the precious robe that Xuanzang received from Emperor Taizong. The monks, driven by greed, plot to steal Xuanzang's golden robe. They offer to let the group stay the night, all the while planning to drug them and take their valuable possessions. They prepare food and drink laced with a sleeping potion and serve it to Xuanzang and his disciples. Sun Wukong, always suspicious and vigilant, quickly realizes that something is amiss. He pretends to drink the drugged wine but secretly spits it out. He then uses his magical powers to outsmart the monks. When the monks attempt to steal the robe, Sun Wukong confronts them and exposes their treachery. Sun Wukong, in his usual fierce manner, punishes the monks for their greed and attempts to steal from his master. He ties them up and forces them to repent for their actions. The next morning, Xuanzang, who is unaware of the monks' original intentions, forgives them and prays for their redemption. After dealing with the greedy monks, Xuanzang and Wukong continue their journey toward the western heaven. The incident at Guanyin Hall serves as another reminder of the moral and spiritual challenges they will face on their quest for the sacred scriptures. Shortly after leaving the temple, Xuanzang and Sun Wukong are ambushed by a demon named the Black Wind Demon. The demon, spotting the valuable robe that Xuanzang carries, decides to steal it for himself. The demon uses his powers to create a strong wind that separates Xuanzang and Sun Wukong, allowing him to abduct Xuanzang and take the robe. After the wind subsided, Sun Wukong realized that Xuanzang was missing and immediately set out to find him. Using his magical abilities, he tracked the demon to his lair and confronted him. A fierce battle ensued between Sun Wukong and the Black Wind Demon, but the demon proved to be a formidable opponent. Realizing that the demon was too powerful to defeat alone, Sun Wukong decided to seek help from Guanyin. He traveled to her realm and explained the situation, asking for her assistance in rescuing Xuanzang and recovering the stolen robe. Guan Yin agreed to help Sun Wukong and provided him with a special weapon, a bottle of pure water that had the power to subdue the demon. She also instructed Sun Wukong on how to use the water to defeat the Black Wind demon. Armed with the magical water, Sun Wukong returned to the demon's lair and engaged in battle once more. Using the water provided by Guan Yin, he was able to weaken the demon and ultimately defeat him. As a result, Sun Wukong rescues Xuanzang and retrieved the stolen robe. As the group continued their journey, they arrived at Gao Village, a small settlement troubled by a monstrous pig demon. The villagers were living in fear, and the presence of Xuanzang and Sun Wukong brought a glimmer of hope. They learned that the demon causing the havoc was Zhu Bajie, a once mighty celestial general who had fallen from grace. Zhu Bajie had originally been Marshal Tian Peng, a commander of the Heavenly Navy. However, due to his gluttonous and lustful behavior, he was banished from heaven and transformed into a half-man, half-pig demon. His most notable crime was consistently harassing the moon goddess Chang'e. Because of the banishment, he found refuge in Gao Village and took a young woman as his wife, much to the villagers' dismay. The villagers informed Xuanzang and his disciples about Zhu Bajie's tyrannical behavior and pleaded for their help. Determined to aid the villagers and add another protector to their group, Xuanzang sent Sun Wukong to confront Zhu Bajie. Sun Wukong decided to trick Zhu Bajie in an unconventional way. He disguised himself as Zhu Bajie's wife and began to tease him. He attempted to bait the pig demon into a trap, but once Wukong revealed his identity, Zhu Bajie fled in a panic. Eventually, Sun Wukong located Zhu Bajie and challenged him to a fight. The two engaged in a fierce battle, showcasing their impressive martial skills and supernatural abilities. Zhu Bajie wielded his trusty rake, but despite his strength, Sun Wukong's superior combat skills and magical powers eventually overpowered him. Before delivering the final blow, Sun Wukong paused as Guan Yin appeared once again. She revealed Zhu Bajie's true identity and his past as a celestial general. Guan Yin explained that Zhu Bajie, like Sun Wukong, had the potential for redemption and could aid Xuanzang on his journey. Hearing Guan Yin's words and recognizing his own faults, Zhu Bajie expressed his remorse and desire for redemption. Xuanzang, moved by Zhu Bajie's sincerity, offered him a chance to join their quest for the sacred scriptures. Zhu Bajie, eager to atone for his past mistakes, accepted the offer and pledged his loyalty to Xuanzang. Although he retained his pig-like appearance, his heart and intentions were transformed. With Zhu Bajie as a new member of their group, Xuanzang and his disciples continued their journey with renewed determination. Zhu Bajie's presence brought both strength and challenges to the group. His gluttonous and lazy tendencies occasionally caused friction, but his loyalty and combat skills proved invaluable. Sun Wukong, in particular, often had to remind Zhu Bajie of their mission and encourage him to stay focused. Later on, Xuanzang and his disciples arrived at a place known as Yellow Wind Ridge. As they were passing through, they encountered a ferocious tiger demon that had been terrorizing the area. The tiger demon spotted Xuanzang and intended to capture him and present it as a gift to his king. The tiger demon attacked Xuanzang, causing chaos among the group. Xuanzang, being a devout and peaceful monk, was unable to defend himself, so it fell upon Sun Wukong and Zhu Bajie to protect his master. They leapt into action, using their incredible strength and martial abilities to fight the tiger demon. The battle between Sun Wukong, Zhu Bajie, and the tiger demon was fierce. The demon, although strong, was no match for the duo. After an intense fight, they managed to subdue and slay the tiger demon. Or so they thought. In reality, the tiger demon simply shed its skin, leaving it as a decoy to deceive Wukong and Bajie. When the pair returned, they found that their master had disappeared. In a panic, Wukong quickly used his eyes to scan the area and located the demon's cave. Seeing the tiger with their master, Wukong fought against the tiger demon once again, overpowering it with ease. The tiger demon knew this was a fight it could not win, so it attempted to flee. As it neared the cave's exit, it was struck down in a single strike by Jubaji's rake. With the tiger demon defeated, the group began to breathe easy, but the battle was far from over. The Yellow Wind Monster, a demon that ruled over the Yellow Wind Ridge, emerged from the depths of the cave. This demon was known for its ability to create powerful and deadly windstorms. As Xuanzang and his disciples attempted to flee and traverse the ridge, they were suddenly assaulted by a fierce windstorm. The Yellow Wind Monster, recognizing Xuanzang as a holy man whose flesh could grant him immense power, attacked with the intention of capturing him. The windstorm was so intense that it blinded Xuanzang and his disciples, disorienting them. Sun Wukong, realizing the danger posed by the Yellow Wind Monster, saw no other option. He sprang into action to protect Xuanzang. However, the Yellow Wind Monster's wind was so powerful that it even hindered Sun Wukong, whose sharp eyes were irritated by the wind-blown dust and sand. Despite this, Sun Wukong fought valiantly against the demon. Recognizing that he could not defeat the Yellow Wind Monster alone due to its control over the wind, Sun Wukong decided to seek help. He told Jubaji to hide with their master, while he flew to the southern heaven to locate Lingji Bodhisattva, also known as the deity of Lingji, who was known for controlling the elements, particularly wind. Lingji listened to Sun Wukong's plea and agreed to help. He provided Sun Wukong with a powerful artifact, a magical fan capable of neutralizing the demon's wind. He also gave Sun Wukong instructions on how to use the fan to defeat the Yellow Wind Monster. Armed with the magical fan, Sun Wukong returned to the Yellow Wind Ridge and confronted the Yellow Wind Monster again. This time, with the help of the fan, he was able to dispel the demon's windstorms. The battle was fierce, but Sun Wukong ultimately overpowered the Yellow Wind Monster, capturing and subduing him. Lingji then directly confronts the Yellow Wind Demon and reveals the demon's true form, a rodent that had gained demonic powers. With his true identity exposed, the Yellow Wind Demon loses much of his strength. With the Yellow Wind Monster defeated, Sun Wukong quickly returned to Xuanzang, who had been struggling against the effects of the wind. He assured Xuanzang that the danger had passed, and they resumed their journey. Their path led them to the treacherous Flowing Sands River, known for its dangerous currents and monstrous inhabitants. Crossing this river would prove to be a significant challenge for the group. As they reached the riverbank, the group encountered a fierce river monster named Sha Wujing. Once a celestial general in the Jade Emperor's court, Sha Wujing had been banished to Earth and transformed into a river demon as punishment for accidentally breaking a crystal goblet at a heavenly banquet, which belonged to Shi Wangmu, the Queen Mother of the West. Sha Wujing, with his monstrous appearance and fearsome strength, had been terrorizing anyone who tried to cross the river. When Xuanzang and his disciples arrived, Sha Wujing attacked them, aiming to capture and devour Xuanzang, believing that consuming a holy man would bring him power and relief from his suffering. Sun Wukong and Jubaji immediately engaged Sha Wujing in battle. The fight was intense, as Sha Wujing's strength and combat skills were formidable. However, the combined efforts of Sun Wukong's agility and magical abilities, along with Jubaji's brute strength, eventually overpowered the river monster. As the battle raged on, Guanyin appeared once again to intervene. She revealed Sha Wujing's true identity and his past as a celestial general. She explained that Sha Wujing, like the other disciples, had the potential for redemption and could find salvation by aiding Xuanzang on his journey. Upon hearing Guanyin's words and realizing the opportunity for redemption, Sha Wujing expressed his remorse and desire to atone for his past mistakes. He pleaded for Xuanzang's forgiveness and asked to join their quest. Xuanzang, moved by Sha Wujing's sincerity, accepted him as a disciple. With his new purpose, Sha Wujing transformed from a fearsome river demon into a loyal and devoted disciple. His monstrous appearance remained, but his heart and intentions were purified. Sha Wujing's strength and loyalty made him a valuable addition to the group, providing both protection and support. With Sun Wukong, Zhu Bajie, Sha Wujing, and Ao Li by his side, Xuanzang's team was now complete. Each disciple brought unique strengths and abilities, and together they formed a formidable group capable of facing the numerous challenges that lay ahead. While Ao Li was part of the group, the story typically only focuses on the other 4 companions. As Xuanzang and his disciples traveled, they came across this family of women who seemed kind and hospitable. The women offered them food and shelter, making it seem like a safe haven for weary travelers. The disciples were initially cautious, but eventually accepted the hospitality, unaware that this was a test of their purity and spiritual resolve. The women, as part of the test, subtly attempted to tempt the disciples, particularly Zhu Bajie, who was known for his gluttonous and lustful nature. The goal was to see if the disciples would succumb to earthly desires or if they would remain true to their spiritual mission. Sun Wukong, with his sharp senses and experience, quickly became suspicious of the women and realized that something was amiss. He saw through the illusion and recognized that these women were not what they seemed. He warned Xuanzang and the other disciples to remain vigilant and not fall into temptation. The mother proposed that the 3 disciples each marry one of her daughters, and even tried to gift them all their worldly possessions. Xuanzang, however, declines this offer, and the group is kicked out of the house. After the disciples passed the test by resisting the temptations, the bodhisattvas revealed their true identities. They were bodhisattvas Guanyin, Manjusri, Samantabhadra, and the Old Mother of Mount Li. They commended Xuanzang and his disciples for their purity and dedication. All except for Zhu Bajie, who snuck back to the house at night, attempting to marry one of the daughters. The bodhisattvas played along and even subjected Zhu Bajie to humiliating games. In the end, not only did Zhu Bajie not get married, but he was tied up and hung from a tree overnight to teach him a lesson. In the morning, the bodhisattvas emphasized that the journey to the West was not just a physical journey, but also a spiritual one, where the travelers had to continually prove their worthiness. As they continued their journey westward, Sun Wukong, Zhu Bajie, and Sha Wujing became sworn brothers. They encountered various demons, spirits, and mythical beings, each presenting new trials and tribulations. Through these encounters, Xuanzang's wisdom and compassion guided his disciples, helping them grow and learn the true meaning of their quest. The journey to the Western Heaven was long and arduous, but with their combined strength and unwavering determination, Xuanzang and his disciples were prepared to face whatever obstacles lay in their path, knowing that their ultimate goal was to bring enlightenment and salvation to all. Thank you all for watching all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. What did you think? Did I miss any details? Let me know in the comments below. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, then welcome to the channel. I hope I earned a like and subscription in your eyes. If not, that's okay. I'll keep making videos until I do earn it. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. I truly appreciate all the views, likes, subscriptions, and kind words and messages. Without you, this channel wouldn't be here today. That's it for now. I hope to see you all in the next one.